My gosh, take a look at this from Auburn, Alabama. This is northeast of Montgomery, of course, and wow, that is incredible. Hard to tell exactly if that's a tornado, but that, David, here certainly appears to be. This was a tornado-warned storm in Auburn, Alabama. This was about an hour and a half ago as severe storms made their way through.
Shingles coming off the side of the house like that. Obviously inflow going into something, and I believe it was going to be the tornado there in that area. From there southward, actually, and then into the state of Georgia, it's been super volatile through the day today. We knew that going in yesterday, that it was going to be that kind of day for the state of Georgia. You hate sort of knowing that information, but all along, the National Weather Service folks out of Norman, Oklahoma, Severe Storms Prediction Center folks put that together, and so it was no warning. At least the watch area came out early yesterday, and it was very good information that was overall in the region. Now, what's happened in the state of Georgia during the day today has been phenomenal. We had the tornado there in Albany, and then we've got a line of thunderstorms that's still headed to the south. It's right along I-75. We're very fortunate to have a very good friend of mine as well, Lieutenant Colonel Chad Gibson, who is the Public Information Director there at Robins Air Force Base. Chad, thank you very much for being with us. We spoke to you a little bit earlier. You had great information. Chris and I are just wondering if you have anything else. The actual little line that you and I were talking about sort of disintegrated a little bit, has headed off to the south, but we still have some tornadoes going on off to the coast. Have you heard anything else from Albany, first of all?
Nothing else that I've heard. You know, the majority of things we're worried about now, we've had 4 inches of rainfall this afternoon, and we expect another 2 to 3 inches to fall with the residual rainfall that's coming through. So flooding is a big issue right now. And if you look all across southern Georgia, you have a higher water table, so it begins to flood a lot easier. I think most of your severe weather has gone past where the Robins Air Force Base and Warner Robins area is. It's now going toward the coastlines. We're looking at Brunswick and those towns there along the coastline. Still a lot of energy with these storms. We've seen a lot of trees down, a lot of roofs that have been damaged, and so we expect a lot of that. The back line that we did talk about earlier still got a little energy there, so we're going to watch. But that flooding is what we're really caring about. There's a lot of rainfall, especially in the Atlanta area. If you look up there, we've gotten a lot of rainfall there, and still some pockets of severe storms and through a very urban area.
What I call the Six Flags corridor from Bremen on to the east, back over to the perimeter in Atlanta. Just some tremendous amounts of rain coming back into the Georgia Dome too. I know 100,000 or so people are there near the Georgia Dome. I think it may actually be the last football game to be played at the Dome. I think they have a few more events going on there. But nonetheless, tremendous rain, as you say. We showed a tornado, what I believe was a tornado from just a little while ago, Chad, that roughly 80 miles west of you in Opelika, Auburn, Opelika there, Lee County actually. Did you get anything like that when that line went through? Were your winds high too? We're going to show the video again.
We got a lot of wind and a little bit of the tornadic activity to the south. But fortunately, in the Houston County area, we did not see as much of that. Most of that remained south toward Albany. But a lot of trees and limbs that were in yards, a lot of roof damage. But fortunately, we didn't see any tornadoes around the local area. But a lot of energy in these storms. It is that time of year where you'll get to see that warm, moist air that really builds into that instability. And my goodness, you have to be always on watch and looking at the radar of these.
Lieutenant Colonel here, we got about 30 seconds or so, but do want to get an idea in terms of when a tornado watch is issued. What sorts of preparations you guys might take there at Robins Air Force Base to get everybody, keep everybody safe, and what sorts of unique situations you might encounter there at the Air Force Base?
Well, obviously we have aircraft at the base. We'll make sure that there's precautions checklist to make sure they're tied down and taken care of. Obviously, most importantly, our military personnel. We have an outstanding system of communication to let people know what the status is across the base and off base, whether it's text alerts on our phones or phone calls that occur. So we have done pretty well to keep the information out to our military members and take care of all the equipment the taxpayers paid for.
Lieutenant Colonel Chad Gibson. I'm so proud of you, Chad. By the way, I haven't talked to you in a while. Chad was a young man when he first came to me in Chattanooga, Tennessee, wanting to be a meteorologist, and he's done that and a whole lot more. He's also a singer. You know, he does Elvis sometimes. He's an Elvis impersonator at the Hard Rock. You still doing that, Chad?
Facebook.com/ScottL.
It's a true story. We're Weather Nation. We'll be back in just a few moments. Stay with us.